Hi. I wanted to take a couple of minutes now just to explain to you something really exciting that just happened. I just tasted, for the second time in my life, the Penfolds Bin 60A from 1962. This is an iconic Australian wine. The current value of the bottle is somewhere between $26,000 and $28,000. And today, Peter Gago opened the first bottle, which was here, and had a smell and said, there's an oyster shell, iodine character. I don't think this bottle's perfect. We're going to open a second. All of us protested and said, no, don't. You don't need to do that. We're really happy to drink this bottle. And he said, no, I'm going to open a second. He did, and it was far better. So what does a $26,000 bottle, pint bottle of wine taste like? Well, this better bottle had energy and life in the middle palate. The tannins no longer are streamlined and svelte. They kind of swirl and eddy about on the palate. It's very soft, but there's really good structure, and that emerges through the finish. In terms of flavours, there was like kelp and sun-dried tomato. There's five spice and a bit of sweet balsamic, and there's kind of plum skin and boysenberry. I mean, this is an incredibly complex wine, but it actually wasn't even the fruit flavours that really turned me on. It was the texture and the length of flavour. So this wine in 1962 to 2022 is 60 years old today, and it's amazing. Normally I would not recommend that people decant a bottle of wine that's that old, but in this case, and in one other case, the Lindeman's Old Bins, Hunter River Burgundies, the wine gets better in the decanter somehow, even at 60 years of age. And so what we have here is an incredible glass of wine, which is better now than it was an hour ago when it was poured. Just very quickly, there's two bottles here, both very different labels. There was 425 dozen of this wine made, and they never commercially released it. They just submitted it into shows. And so Peter was saying that this is very likely a bottle. Both have been verified at a Penfolds recorking clinic in 2008 and 2012. And he said very likely this bottle was submitted into a show and return post with this label, and this label will have been a winery sample that stayed for submissions and was never sent out. The bottles that we tasted from today, so there's two here and there was two earlier today, they were both the classic Bin 60A labels, and I've kept one of the bottles for myself because the glass is in two parts. There's a seam down both sides of the bottle. It's been joined, and it's still got the red dirt from being stored at the McGill cellar for all of that time. So pretty exciting pint, the most expensive and exciting pint I've ever had, I would say.